Hi there, and welcome to another outdoor adventure. We're doing something a little different than the last time I went out. As you can see, there's a lot of snow around me right now. So basically our original plan was to hike a 27-mile loop. That is not going to happen. Had some snow, some weather come in that area that we weren't really sure about. So instead of taking a risk on that, we decided to just do kind of a base camp situation. Our original location doesn't have enough snow, but we came about an hour away and we have this. Right now we're just south of Breckenridge in the White River National Forest, and we're going to be doing the Spruce Creek. Yeah, White Snow River. We'll be doing the Spruce Creek Trail, though we may decide to take the Spruce Creek Road or Spruce Road. I'm not sure exactly what it's called, just because it's wider and might be a little easier to haul all of our gear, because we're doing something a little bit different than I normally do, which is just carry everything. We're actually going to take a sled. We've packed in good food and actually bringing in some of our own firewood. And
a cast iron skillet.
And a cast iron skillet. So most of it we'll be able to consume out there, except for the cast iron, which we will have to bring back.
Yeah, I'm not eating that thing.
wouldn't be too tasty. I am not alone, as you can clearly tell. This is not a trip I think I'd be doing solo. Instead, I am here with my good friend Daniel.
I'm here for witty commentary and showing up late.
Mostly the latter. So yeah, I have rigged up this little cheapo sled that we see here, and have kind of a pulk system going on to make it a little bit easier than just ropes and pulling on it. Didn't cost me too much to make that, about $10. We are going to snowshoe in, going to try to get up to the Mohawk Lakes. It'll take us, I don't know, we're hoping to do an hour per mile, and it's 3.5 miles. It's about 2,400 feet of elevation gain, which is pretty decent. And we're both going to be carrying packs with everything else. So yeah, we're going to finish getting packed up here and get on the trail. So we're getting moving here right out of the parking lot. I'm taking first go. We got lucky. There's some families with some sleds. There's a cabin up this way that we were just told about, but this sled is working out pretty nicely. It's not that difficult to pull right now, though it's a pretty mild incline right now. It's definitely gonna get worse, and the trail's already broken from other sleds. But yeah, Daniel's back there somewhere, and yeah, we're gonna get going here, and the first half mile, 3/4 of a mile is probably going to be broken in. So we'll check back in later. So how far do you think we are? 3/4 of a mile up?
Yeah, not that far.
It's still really broken in. There's a decent grade, but this makeshift pulk is
Awesome.
It's awesome, but it's also not perfect. We don't have a full harness, which honestly would be the best choice here. Plus, we're still carrying packs.
I could definitely tell how having poles and not rope through poles would make a huge difference. To just not have the slop and the bounce.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Which that can be done. I've seen some how-tos on it, but that actually requires more work, because I did this in about an hour. Yeah. But yeah, we're ditching layers. It's working up this pretty decent incline. Obviously we switched off because someone is in a lot worse shape than someone else.
The mustache.
Yeah, Mr. Mustache over there. So it's my duty to document the whole thing and trade off when I can. We will get to Unbroken Trail at some point.
You gotta get me a better Bumble picture. I can't even say that with a straight face.
Don't bumble, kids. All right, we're gonna keep going. We still have, 3 miles or so.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Woo!
Non-stop uphill. So we're at the junction with the Wheeler Trail, and we were thinking about going down it, down towards the Spruce Creek Trail, but it's a little steep from this angle, and with the sled we just don't really trust ourselves to break brand new ground. So squirrely was the word that that Daniel used. So you can see over there that it's a bit steep. The way we're going is a little bit milder, and we're still going to get to a pond that that we can get kind of close to. Granted, we're not really going to be able to see the pond because it's going to be covered in snow just like everything else. It's just going to be a big open area. So the big clearing we find, we're not going to be able to camp on that.
Like the helicopter here.
Yeah, right. We are expecting a little bit of snow tonight, but right now it's bright and sunny and hot. So we've shed just about every layer we can. Daniel's even hiking with his fly open to try to get a little more airflow down there.
You gotta give people what they want.
Well, dude, we're not giving them that angle. So yeah, we've only got about a third of a mile, maybe? Third of a mile? Half mile?
Let's call it a half mile.
Half mile? Half mile to get where we think we can find a good campsite, and then we'll just have to do some stomping out. But yeah, should be good. So we're officially going where no one has gone in quite a while. Daniel, I can't tell if you're in frame or not. He's back there.
I'm right here.
He's still
Hello.
handling the sled. It just works better with his pack, so he's doing most of the work here.
I'm sled dog.
Yeah, this was my idea. So yeah, he's a sled dog. But we're finally at a flat section. However, it's completely unbroken. So it's making it a little bit slower, but then we dip back down, and then I think after that dip is where we're gonna find camp. So probably the next time you see me will be when we're actually looking around trying to find a place. So until then. So we made it to camp. We think this is gonna work. We have a nice little view out there, which will be nice. But we had breakfast this morning. We've been snacking a little bit. But we haven't really eaten anything yet. So I think what we're gonna do first is break out the little canister stove, cook up some ramen noodles that'll heat us up, get us ready to go to really start stomping out some spots. Daniel is very proud of his
Tabasco.
well, I was just gonna say his flavoring options. You want to hold it up to the camera?
Whoa! Actual size.
Huh, if that got in focus, whatever. So we're shoveling out. We didn't actually bring a snow shovel. We have a trenching tool, which isn't great for the snow.
It is great for breaking up the ice once you get through the snow.
It is great for breaking up that ice, which I think I'm about to use it for my side. See, I'm starting to dig out, but I've got a lot larger space than Daniel needs to, because Daniel actually needs to stay small, because he's doing a snow trench and sleeping on a couple pads and a 0-degree bag and that jazz, and a tarp. So not full on bivy sack, but just short of it. So he's going to be fully enclosed and should have plenty of insulation around. Sun keeps coming and going, so it gets warm, then it gets cold again, and then warm, and then cold again. It's definitely going to be cold tonight.
Oh yeah.
We're expecting in probably the teens. I have a thermometer with an external kind of probe.
I'm glad you brought that, because this way
We have proof.
Claim that we're bullshitting them.
Yeah, well, I mean, we can always pull up the forecast for the local ski resort. So yeah, we're having a good time. We only hiked in what, 1.5 miles?
Was it really that?
It was 1.1 before the junction.
I thought for sure we hit 2.
You thought for sure we hit 2?
Yeah.
I'll check GPS to see, but I don't think we made 2. Because we stopped short of the place we planned, if we were going to stop short of our original plan, which we probably could have done it if we had started on time. That's a story that'll come out later. But this was also kind of a spur of the moment change site kind of trips. So we're just gonna do what we can with what we have, and we have a lot of snow. Especially at this campsite. We'll have a good time. It's been a while since I've checked in here. We're in a bit of a different situation than we thought. We thought we were in about 3 feet of snow or so. It looks like we're actually in about
4 or 5.
4 or 5, something like that. And so fire pit is becoming an issue. My camera's doing something crazy. Maybe this will come through. So here we are, all my other cameras have crapped out. Maybe you can see me, maybe not. I'm sure the audio is pretty terrible. We did get to eat dinner, had broths and a little bit of chili. Right now we're trying to figure out what to do with all of our gear, get settled. It's very clearly quite dark. Yeah, it's pretty chilled out here. Chilly, frigid? I think I just made up a word. It's pretty frigid out here. Gonna look at the thermometer here in a bit, but I would not be surprised if it's in the 20s already. Because once that sun goes away, it's pretty much immediate. We were expecting it to get down to, what, we were thinking like 15 tonight?
Yeah, something like that.
So we'll see. Daniel's good down to 0.
Yeah,
Should be good down to 0.
voyage, but yeah.
Maiden voyage, yeah. Haven't really tested out this gear yet, but still should be good. My gear is tested down to 20, and then I have a few things that I can change to get down to 0. If we get lower than 15, I've taken it down to 19 or so, but that's basically 20. We've decided to cut the trip short to just 1 day or 1 night, 2 days. While we definitely can do this, I'm still very optimistic that we're going to be just fine, that our gear is good for the weather. We don't want to push our luck over 1 day. It doesn't make sense to overdo it.
Not when you got a big event coming up.
We are melting snow, trying to get some water, trying to drink as much as we can. Daniel's going to take a hot water bottle to bed with him. I'm thinking I may do the same.
I just tried some of it. It's already cold.
It's already cold. We probably need to
Well, not cold, but like not hot.
Not hot. Well,
It was boiling when we put it in.
that might not work. So that may happen, it may not. We will see. But this camera is also going to crap out because I'm holding it out in the elements. It's been in my pocket for the last hour. So glad it worked for at least this short shot. It might be morning next time we talk to you. But yeah, good dinner. We're prepped for the night. Shorten the trip down to just 1 night. Get out of here tomorrow. Could use some water. Yeah. Melting snow takes a long time.
And it doesn't give you much.
And it doesn't give you much. Yeah. We're back again. Still melting snow, so we're not going to bed just yet. It's about 8:40 right now. 8:40, 8:45. I just checked the thermometer, and it's 9 degrees. That is correct. It is single digits out here.
It's a lot of Germans. 9, 9, 9, 9. Hey, they're laughing in my head, all right?
All of the multiple personalities are laughing in his head. At least he thinks he's funny. So anyway, we're trying to keep our water from freezing, trying to figure out some solutions to that. It's just freezing immediately, isn't it?
Yep.
Move my bottle, and I'll tell you what I did. So we have this kind of shelf right here. I used my heel, and I dug out a little bottle holder. Whoa.
Please tell me you got that on camera.
It was all on you. I don't know like exactly what the framing is. I don't know if we can even see you. This might just be audio at this point. But oh yeah, that is much harder than whenever I did it.
Yep.
Just put it in the one I've got. We're gonna stay warm. He's good down to 0. We were just talking about if something crazy happens and we don't think we can make it through the night. We'll boil snow, we'll drink hot water. Like, honestly, that's what we'll do. And we'll do that until morning, until it warms up, until the sun comes up, which is at like 6:30 a.m., by the way. Yeah. So I'm not planning to get out of the hammock before 7:30. Yeah. I will show you the hammock system in the morning. Just did not have time to do it today. Camera crapped out on me. It's been sitting with hand warmers all afternoon. Well, all evening, really. But it's still, it doesn't do well in the cold. We do have a nice moon out, so the moon is casting shadows, which I always think is cool.
Good morning. Got a little colder last night than we expected, and my gear held up pretty well. I did have to put the pad under me as well. Made it through the night, not too bad. The lowest temp I saw was 7, so that was much lower than we thought. We originally thought it was going to be around 20, and then thought 15, and ended up being 7. So I haven't really checked in on Daniel just yet. We got a lot of condensation built up, which just happens at those temps. A little bit of ice on my top quilt, which I'll let it freeze and then shake it off before packing up later. Plan is still to go home today. Not sure what our timing's going to be. It's about 7:30. That's the time that I told Daniel that I was going to get up. But it's still 15 degrees out there. So I don't know if I want to do that just yet.
So Daniel's now awake. I think he slept better than I did. Yep. Pretty much. Yeah, he had that 0-degree bag, a couple of different pads, and then had to just strip layers. I heard zippers going off for like hours.
Yeah, sorry.
And I was like, is he getting out? Is he getting in? Is he not comfortable? Is everything okay?
I woke up at midnight. So stuffy and hot that I had to strip off all 3 jackets and my pants. So I was just on the base layer. And then I actually shoved my bag out so that it would force the tarp up so I would have more airflow because it was so stuffy under there.
You needed more circulation?
Yeah.
That is not a problem in the hammock. There's plenty of circulation. Yeah, it was too much last night. Yeah, after putting the pad on, it was okay, except for the feet. It's just the feet. And I tried to put that little Thermarest sit pad down there, which I've done before, obviously not at 7 degrees. But it didn't take. It was tough. So Daniel's gonna go bask in the sun. I think we're just gonna do a really quick breakfast, not do anything too crazy. Here, I'll show you the fire pit we would have to work with. If we were to build a fire, we'd have to do it down there. Because we're on 5-ish feet of snow.
At least.
I just took that walk around, and the snow is 8 feet deep in some spots. So, I mean, this is a little more intense than we expected, or what we were planning on doing. But we were still prepared for it, so that's why we didn't leave last night.
Yep. Worked out.
Yeah.
Had to ditch layers.
Yeah, you had to ditch layers. I did not. Yeah, so I think I need to work on my suspension for my underquilt. I think that was part of it, too. I don't think it was snug up against me like it really should have been. And so that was a problem as well. Because if it's got room for air to circulate, you're going to get cold. But I did want to show you real quick my sleep system, because I didn't show you last night. So everything here I've built myself, except for obviously the front pack over there. That was a purchase. But this top quilt down-filled. I did it based on specs to get to 20 degrees. It was plenty for last night, so maybe I totally overdid that one. The underquilt I also did trying to get 20 degrees, but I think I may not have had it dialed in just right. If there's any airflow between the underquilt and the hammock, it's not going to be doing its job correctly. So I did end up putting that pad underneath, which helped a ton. And then, like I said, my feet were the only thing that were cold. And I did put over this sock, which again I did make it myself. Should give me a little more coverage when it comes to rain and wind and snow and just temperature, because it kind of traps some of that heat. Did have some ice built up on it this morning, but that wasn't that big of an issue. And then I've already got this pulled out of the way because it takes a bit to pull up those deadman anchors, right, Daniel?
Yeah.
So
Deadman is right.
I've got 8. He only has 4. So
I got 5.
you have 5? Oh, I thought you tied off the 5th point to the tree.
Oh. Yeah, I guess you're right.
All right, so he's got.
Second point before I did that.
All right, so we're gonna get packed up. Daniel's mostly done at this point, so I'm the one lagging behind. So I'm gonna quickly get everything situated here, so that we can get out of here. We'll probably get out of here before noon. One more thing I want to point out before we completely finish packing up. We're getting pretty close. So I carry pretty short tree straps for my hammock, which came to be a problem with this tree. So you can see here, I had a little extra am steel, and so basically double looped it around the loop on my tree strap to my Dutch clip in order to get to my toggle here. Yeah, without this extra length, it just wasn't quite long enough to get this knot in order to get the toggle there, in order to, hang the hammock. So almost had to find a different spot to hang, but made it work. And I never felt it slip or anything, so seems like it did pretty well. So we're just about ready to go here, and it is dumping snow on us. So I think the decision to make it a one-nighter is just being proven again and again.
Yep.
I need to go get my snow jacket before it gets too snowy. Camp's pretty much broken down. Got a couple hiking poles around, snowshoes. We're about ready to go. I think I'm gonna take first shift, get us back up this hill. And I don't know, if it rides super easy, Daniel took it most of the way, maybe I can take it all the way. That's probably too optimistic. But positive mental attitude.
PMA, baby.
PMA. All right, I'm gonna put my gloves on, and next time you see us, we'll probably be hauling the sled.